everyone, this is Tamhid Taneem, and today we'll be working on an assignment for BUSA 2020. So first of all, the one that we'll be explaining today is you're working for a financial advisory company that specializes in real estate in Sydney and surrounding areas. A typical client of our company is an everyday person looking for professional investment advice, identifying an investment property and seeks to hold the property for an extended period of time, about 5 years. There is a regular debate among senior managers about the best places to recommend to clients. As an analyst for several managers, occasionally you are asked to gather evidence to suit different agendas. Note that for simplicity, we will ignore the specific size of a dwelling, including factors such as number of bedrooms and bathrooms, and you are only required to work with the median data. For the purpose of this assignment, we will also ignore data on rent and only look at housing prices. In more technical language, we will only look at the capital gain. So to start things, at first, we'll be working our way from the diagram as we can see on the right. The data that we can see on the right hand side at the top is the raw unfiltered data, which we will have to filter out and take out the ones that we will only be working with and clean them as well so that we can work with them. So after cleaning, it will look something like this. The following one, we step by step will work our way on how we can use this data to create tables and charts and then compare the data in order to answer the questions that were given to us. We can also see this as the strata. We can work our way to standard deviation, find out growth rates, and then finally we can also provide a summary of all this data to our client and answer all the possible questions. So initially we'll divide the task into 3 different parts, which starts with how to cleaning the data, how to compress the data into a reasonable format and only pick out the ones that is necessary for us, and last but not least, analyze the data to answer out the questions. So we'll be starting off with an Excel file and working our way all to the final answer. Alright, so for this part, now we'll be starting on how we can filter out the data. So before starting the video, I've already done the first part and I'll be repeating that in order to show how it works. So for example, from that data, we only need the ones for Strathfield as it is our allocated suburb. So from here, how do we get this data into that structure? So first of all, we'll be just selecting out the dates, which is from March 91 all the way to the right hand side. So how we're gonna do this is Control Shift and right hand arrow. We'll be pressing it until it goes all the way, and then we'll just be doing Control C to copy this data. So done. We'll be creating another sheet, which is sheet 3, and then we'll be pasting it over here. So now we have the dates. As we have already done it for the all dwellings, now I'll be working it for the non-strata ones. So for the non-strata, we'll just be doing it for the Strathfield portion. So for Strathfield, from here all the way till the end, we have selected them, and then we'll be doing Control C and then paste it on our sheet 3. Alright, perfect. So now we have it. So now as it is vertical, how do we put it horizontally? So we're gonna select all of this again till the very end in the same way we have done before. Control C and then go all the way back to where we began, and then just simply select 2 of them, Control Shift down, and then while pasting we paste it as transpose. Alright, perfect. So now we can just simply delete this one as we no longer need this. delete. Now it's done. For this one, now comes the important part where we filter out the data and clean it. So for this, what we're gonna do is insert and create a table. This one, we don't have headers, so I'll unselect that. And now we have our own table. So how do we clean this? First of all, we press this option and then clear out the blanks. So we're done with this one. Here, we'll also be clearing out the blanks. And this one's done as well. And then as we are comparing the data, we'll only be looking for the ones which is in June. So then we'll put search JUN, which stands for June, and then hit OK, and then that's done. We have our data. So as this one is in the table format, as you can see, it has been filtered out. So let's say from 4 to 7 till 15, 23, depends on where the data was. So we can't of course work with this one. So how are we gonna fix this? So the way we're going to fix this is we'll just be copying this entire value, be selecting this from here to here, and then we'll be creating another sheet where we'll just be posting the values. So as you can see, now it's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 serially arranged. So our data is clean as well. And remember, this was for the non-strata parts, so we'll just be renaming it to NS1 and NS2. NS1 stands for the one which is in the table format, and NS2 stands for the one which is the clean data. So as you can see, we have the one for 82 and we have the one for NS2 as well. Similarly, we'll keep on doing this and combine all the data together until we have something that looks the same. And here, sometimes the date might be a bit changed, so we'll just fix it using just copy June 15, and then this one will be June 16, and then that's done. Alright, so that brings us to our last part. So after we have cleaned the data, we got something like the data and the median sales. So from then onwards, we get the consumer price index from the other datasheet that was given to us, which is as below. Other than that, we also get the CPI from 2021, which is 123.7, from the same datasheet. So after we gather these two information, what we can do is we also get the information for the middle ring strata, which was also the rough average. So after we get this information that includes the consumer price index of the previous year, the consumer price index of 2021, and the middle ring strata for the comparison, what we can do is to adjust the price, median sales price, with the new year. So in order to find the median sales price, what we need to do is we have to first divide the new consumer price index divided by the old consumer price index, which is 123.7, divided by 54, multiplied by the median sales. So in this manner, we can grab the present value for 2021. So that makes our life easier, and then we compare it. We've compared this with the middle ring strata data. So if we want to know how we can do this, we can do this by equals to, first of all, we can select the median sales multiplied by, at first we take the new CPI, which is 123.7, divided by the old CPI, which is 54, and close. But as this is we are comparing it with the CPI for 2021 only, so in order, like when we drag it down to copy it to the rest of the cells, we need to make sure that it is only applicable for that particular one and does not go below. So we'll add the $sign here and the $sign here so that it stays the same, and we just press enter to get the value, and then if I just drag it down, it repeats it for all the values. So that's how I got this one. So as I've shown the method, I'll delete it again. Yeah, so that's how we got the adjusted price. The rest, we have just taken the data from the files given. I'm not showing it because we have a time limitation. Same goes for the straight as well. We just copied it from the way and transpose pasted it, just I have shown in the previous video. After that, for further analysis, we can find out the average. So the average is pretty simple. We just do average average, and then the formula. For the formula, we just like drag it down from here to here and close bracket. So that's this one. And for the standard deviation, it's the same, just the formula is STTEV, and then we select the ones. For the growth, the formula is pretty simple. That is the new value minus the final value minus the old value divided by the old value into 100. And as for the chart, what we did was we can just select insert. First of all, we can select the date. So we just select this one, press control so it gets selected. Then we do the for adjusted. Finally, this one adjusted, and the straighter. After that, we can go to insert. Then we can go to charts, and from charts we just select the line. So that's how we created the chart for further analysis. As here we can clearly see that all this here, the adjusted one, which means the one for Stratfield, is better than the average one for the, which means the middle ring. Similarly, as this was just a sample, might not be accurate, and I've just shown the methods for how I did it. Similarly, we can also compare the growth and as well as the average. So for the growth and average, we can just simply select growth, insert charts, and just select it for. So with this, that's how I've done this one. With due to the time restriction, I've done only for the ones for the straighter, and by this we can also do the non-straighter as well as the all dwelling, and then we can analyze all of this data to answer the questions that were given at the beginning. So that's all for today. Hope it helped you and hope you have understood what we have done for this.